hockey game, a ton of respect for Tech. We knew it was going to be a challenge and a dogfight, and super competitive. I thought both goalies played really well, and I think our guys, I was proud of them sticking with it. I think you come to a tournament like this because you want to find some things out about your team, and even within the game, right? We were down to nine forwards, and coming out of break, that's not easy. And we ask a lot of our guys on how we want to play, and but couldn't be more proud of them, and a great way to start the second half.
Yeah, it's been great. I mean, he's a great player. He makes the job very easy. He's got on the forecheck. He's up and down the ice, and he's a really skilled player as well. So it makes my job easy playing with him. Yeah, I mean, with a player like that, he's not going to miss those opportunities too many times. So it was nice to see it go in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I try and just approach every game the same. I mean, at the end of the day, I'm just going out there playing hockey, and just try and keep my focus on that, and just try and keep the moment like just what every other moment is, even though it may be a gold medal game or a championship here. For me, just kind of staying level headed and just focus on the job at hand. Yeah, it's I don't know, it's kind of fun. I like watching the guys on TV, so big win tonight. Yes, sir. Yeah, I would just say to myself, just take it one play at a time. Just keep it small and tight so I can keep focused on it. And obviously their goalie played really well tonight, and our guys did too. But in a game like that, just kind of just one play at a time, one shift, one save, just have a positive impact on whatever you may be doing. Yeah, they were great tonight, just like they've been all year. And I'm super thankful for all those guys, and they had a great weekend, and just hopefully we can keep it going in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, it's always nice kind of seeing the puck go in the back of the net, but I think just trying to keep it simple, working day to day, trying to perfect Spartan hockey has kind of been my goal, and I think that I've been playing with great players who've been able to find me, so it's been nice to see the puck go in the back of the net.
Yeah, I mean, it's an honor. There's a lot of good players in this tournament, and obviously we're just doing everything we can to represent our school and our teammates, and I'm sure it could have been a lot of guys to pick from, so, but it's definitely an honor.
Yeah, like Trey said, I mean, it's an honor. There's a lot of great players. I thought we had a lot of guys in our team step up and could have deserved to be on that all-star team, but I mean, the goal is the big trophy, and that's what we're excited to get.
Yes, that'd be very nice. I'm sure now you have some answers for you, but at the end of the day, it just take it one day at a time, whether it's practice or a game or next weekend when we're playing the NTDP in a scrimmage game or whatever, exhibition. Just maximize the moments, whatever it may be, and just really take advantage of time together and just see where it can take us.
Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Yeah, he's really taken another step. You know, if you watch, even when he had a great summer, he had a great season for us last year. But he decided to not sign and come back, and I think the big reason he wanted to keep growing his game and help our program keep growing. So I think he's just a little more confident with the puck, and he can really skate and he's strong, and playing like a power forward does take time. I think that he's such a big, strong, athletic kid, and learning how to use his size, and I think he's shooting more. I think last year maybe he passed up some opportunities to shoot, and there at some point being unselfish can hurt the team, right? And you get into those areas, he's got a rocket for a shot. So I think a combination of all those things, and we're super happy with his growth and progress, and he's obviously a huge part of our team. I mean, I think you try to help them with it, and then I think in practice, right? You gotta try to put them in spots where they have to make these decisions, because that's what the game's giving them, right? And so I think that's where Charlie, we see it in practice, where he's been more consistent at shooting the puck, he get into those areas and not looking for it to be necessarily cute. And again, he works hard at a shot, so he should be looking to shoot. And so I think I give the credit to him. I mean, I think he's figured it out, and he spent a ton of time working on a shot, and then in practice, when you get in those areas, making sure you make it count. Yeah, I mean, it's a special tournament, right? And I think, last year when we won it, we hadn't won it in 15 years. And I think this was the first time in 25 years we went back to back. So it's a hard tournament to have success in. There's always good teams here. You're coming out of break. Everyone's hungry and playing for something. And I think for our guys, is each one's a little bit different. I think for this one, the guys understand, and this could happen later in the year, right? We could be down guys, and so we need the guys that aren't playing to take care of their bodies and to train, and so when their number's called, or if it's called, that they're ready to help us. So and I think I think one of the steps we got to take as a team is and every year you probably go through this, is just playing smart, and especially late in games and late in periods and those different things, and especially with a young team that takes some time, and you probably got to get tagged a couple times to learn from it too. And but I thought that's what this weekend was about for us. We knew that of all the things that we try to be as a team, probably being smart this weekend was the most important. Yeah, I thought they were a really good team. I thought they were well coached. I mean, Billy does a great job. I thought they were competitive. They were fast. They pressured you. You had to make good decisions. There was no quit. They're a team that was relentless, and that we knew that going in, and that's what we saw when we played the game. Right, that game could have went either way, for sure. So, again, this is another one of the reasons you come here. Right, you want to expose your team to this type of environment, this type of game, especially a trophy on the line. Right there, the hunger level's a little bit higher. I think when Trey talked about it as that's just not lip service, right? He truly is a next shot goalie, and he doesn't get flustered, right? And understands that it's not a perfect position, right? And stuff's going to happen, and it's about your next save. And I think that calmness too for our team it's huge, right? Because if he's scrambling all over and making saves, but he makes it look easy, so there's a little bit of calmness on the bench where everyone's hair is not on fire, and I think. I mean, we're lucky, obviously, to have Trey, right? And even for our guys in practice, right, to be able to shoot on a goalie like that every day. You talk about Charlie scoring, right? He's got to try to figure a way to score on Trey in practice, and Melvin and Dolly too. So, but I think that's it. That's what he said is genuine. Like he is just focused. It's not the game. If it's a championship or whatever, it's just even in practice, it's stop the next puck. Well, I think Trey's played a ton of hockey. You know what I mean, and I think you look at he played in 3 World Juniors, so at his age, and I get being a pro. That's coming. That day's coming for him for sure. But you know, you think about the age that he was. That's 3 Christmases he never spent at home. This was his first time, you know, in 4 years having a Christmas with his family. I think that for just his mental side of it, right, and really enjoying, because now, you know, you're going to be a pro, and that's, you know, you don't have those, and then you start having a family, and then you have in-laws, and maybe you're going to your in-laws, and so you maybe don't get home, you know. So I think that side of it, but you know, I think for Trey, he's never been the elder goalie, you know, and hopefully has a career where he is one of those guys, and where he's got to learn how to mentor a younger goalie, right? And so he's always been the younger guy, and excited for him to have an impact on Melbourne, and I think is awesome, an awesome opportunity that's helped him grow, and I think his games has grown each year he's been here. You know, I think that's another reason he decided to come back. He felt like he was getting better every year, and you know, he's definitely playing really well for us, and a huge part of our team. Yeah, really good. Yeah, real good player, crafty, good stick. I mean, obviously, he's got close to 30 points or something, right? So I mean, that's a heck of a season. He's a real cerebral player. But yeah, I mean, I thought they had a number of guys in their lineup that were dangerous. Yeah, Rome's is awesome. Love coaching him. He's super coachable. He's in it for the right reasons. I mean, I just talked to him too. Like he got a 4.0 in school last semester, so he's not just worried about hockey. And we're big into how you do one thing, how you do everything. Right? He's a committed kid. You know, I think he's getting stronger, and he's playing with more pace, and that's really, I think, why he decided to come. Right? He needed to. I mean, he scored 58 goals one year in the OHL. He's got a gift to finish that I'm never going to be able to teach him, you know. But he needed to learn how to play a little faster, get stronger. And I even thought, you know, if you go back to our last weekend against Michigan, you know, the first game he probably wanted to play a little better, be a little heavier, and then he responded the next night. And that's to me, I told him that's why you're here, right? Is you want to find these things out, and then you got to correct them. So. He's an offensively gifted player, but I think he's really developed away from the puck too, right? So for him to be producing like he has, you know, as a freshman, is pretty impressive. Yeah, no, it was a little bit different, right? Because you're right, we like to keep him pretty consistent, and but I thought the guys did a heck of a job. I would say more. I was impressed with the guys, and next man up. Some guys had a double shift, and again tonight when we got down to 9 forwards, and it's a physical game. It's coming out of break. It's the second game. I mean, that was a gutsy effort. So I think for me, I learned more about our guys and their resiliency, right, and their ability to. And even what I loved about Charlie and Russ, like the first night we rotated and there wasn't pouting. I got to play with this guy and whatever. It was. Yeah, coach, whoever, we'll play with whoever, and that's what we want our team to be about, right? Is wherever you're asked to go to help the team, you make sure you go out there and give it your best. Yeah, I mean, I think the world of it. I think one, Michigan Tech does an unbelievable job hosting it. It's run first class. Grand Rapids is an unbelievable community. You look down by the water there, and they got the outdoor rink skating. There's great restaurants. It's a spot for your alums to come and support your team and travel and I just think putting your team in these positions is good. And I felt that way when we lost 2 games our first year. I mean, we came here and we lost both games, and the next year we lost in the championship. I felt the same way. This is why you play right now, is you're trying to figure out and trying to learn as a team. And I think we've learned things this weekend. We also learned when we lost 2 games and finished in 4th place. And that's I mean, our coaching staff's philosophy is that's what we want to do. We want to figure out as much as we can about our team. And so for us, I think it's a privilege to be invited to this tournament. I think if you're a team that ever does get invited, I would jump on it. Well, I think everyone run their program how they want to run it. I think for me, I told our guys, we're not about 4 guys. We're not about 1 guy. So if something happens where the guys get hurt or we're not going to play the game, we got to play the games. So this is like a little bit forcing that, hey, we talk about our depth and we talk about guys being ready, and this is an opportunity to actually go out and do it. So that's our philosophy. I'm not saying we're right, but I feel strongly about it. I think it's a great, and I think being at Michigan State, even for me, it's a privilege, right? And so you got to go, if you got an opportunity to go represent your university in a great town that's got a pile of alums. I think that's part of our responsibility to do it. I think we got a group of guys. We got great leadership, right? But I think what we've really enjoyed, we got a few guys here like Danny Russell and Bazzi and Tiernan Shouty. They've been here since our staff got here, right? And so they remember, and they fought the good fight of doing it the right way. And it wasn't easy, and I think I got a ton of respect for those guys. But I think that carrying over into the rest of our team, and I think that's important that we always remember that, right, is where we were, where we want to get to, and kind of the journey. And but I think this group, what we've really enjoyed too, is there's a youthful energy to it, and we haven't had one day at the rink this year where the guys weren't excited about practice, and that's for coaches, that's the best, and we ask a lot of our guys in practice. So I think that side of it, it's a young, youthful energy to our group, and we're going to need in the second half. Like, I think that's these are critical months coming up for us to keep growing as a team, and you got to make sure you're hungry when you come to the rink, and so far our guys have done that. I think what Trey said is that's our message to our guys. It's one day at a time. We talked at the beginning of the year that is our goal, and then after that, it's trying to dominate the day and have a great day. And I think for our team, this year's group is maturing and playing a mature game, playing a smart game, right? And so I think as you're a young player coming up, sometimes you're more worried about making something look cool than actually trying to win a hockey game. And I think that takes time, and you got to get kicked in the teeth a few times too. And that's definitely happened to us this year. But I think we got to get to that point where it doesn't matter what it looks like. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be cute. When we play the game direct, we think we're a really good team, and we got to make sure we do that for 60 minutes. Thank you. Thanks. Yep. See you guys.